do you want to know about money? How does compound interest work? Suppose you deposit $50 in a savings and loan and add $50 every month for 15 years. At current interest rates, you could then withdraw $50 a month every month for the rest of your life, your children's lives, your grandchildren's, forever and ever, and never touch the money you deposited. Your savings and loan wants you to know how money works.
One tiny spark becomes a night of blazing suspense as the world's tallest building becomes the Towering Inferno. Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, William Holden, Faye Dunaway, Fred Astaire, Susan Blakely, Richard Chamberlain, Jennifer Jones, O.J. Simpson, Robert Vaughn, and Robert Wagner. Irwin Allen's production of The Towering Inferno. See it for Christmas at a theater near you. Rated PG.
Those ledges in the middle of the bluff are outcroppings of oil shale. They give you an idea of how the beds of oil shale are structured underground here in western Colorado. Amoco bid $105 million for half interest in the oil shale on 5,000 acres of this land. Here are some typical oil shale rocks with layers of solid, locked-in oil. There's so much of it in these rocks, they'll actually burn. To get the oil out and do it in a way that respects the environment is going to take a lot of time and money, as much as $2 billion total investment just for Amoco's share of the facilities to develop this lease. But this new source of oil can add billions of barrels to our nation's reserves, and no foreign power can ever turn this oil off.
A deputy police commissioner puts his job on the line when he helps a friend cover up a murder on Columbo, tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time on NBC.
For 50 years, the name Chrysler has stood for an automobile of very special accomplishment and luxury. Accomplishment that today is reflected in the 1975 Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. Luxury, symbolized by the proud bearing of the 1975 Imperial LeBaron. An automobile that sets its own distinctive standards of elegance, comfort, and convenience. And now, that tradition of excellence graces a new Chrysler. Cordoba. Cordoba is an automobile of beauty and harmony. Smaller, but so very luxurious, and yet so very affordable. The Chryslers, now excellence in 3 sizes.
I've been building bridges most of my life, but none like this. What we're doing, we're using these 2 cableways to move 90-ton pieces of steel some 2,000 feet across this beautiful gorge. That's the kind of job we take on at U.S. Steel's American Bridge Division. When we're finished, West Virginia has the longest steel arch span in the world. That's productivity. At U.S. Steel, we're involved.
Ever wonder what happens to the money you keep in your checking and savings accounts? Let me show you. Some of it's here in town, put to work helping people change things for the better, like buying a new car or starting a new business. Your money's working, yet all the while, it's there when you need it, in a safe, convenient place. America's bankers, helping you change things for the better.
That deflected pass in the last minute of the game put Pittsburgh in the playoffs for the first time in 40 years. That was a great moment for me. I'd like to introduce you to another great moment. This is Mildred Morrison, graduating from Chatham College. She never would have made it without the help and training she received at United Way, supported YWCA. There are a lot of great moments in life, and you can share in them when you support your local United Way. The United Way, thanks to you, it's working.
The IBM Copier II. It's a copier that works. It's a copier that works well on a lot of things. It's a copier that puts a ceiling on your copier costs and helps you manage them. All in all, it's quite a copier.
You know, a few years ago, we pumped these wells about as dry as West Texas itself. With secondary recovery techniques, we're going to produce more oil now than we did the first time. What we're doing here is water flooding. On this particular well, we're converting it to a water injection well. We inject water into the four corner wells, push the oil into the center well, and pump it out. You know, the time and money we spend on secondary recovery methods means more dependence on our country for oil and less on others.
I used to shave like a barbarian, hacking and cutting my face. Then Schick introduced the civilized shave. Super II, the twin-blade cartridge with Teflon coating. Now I can shave clothes, but say, even with a track-2 handle, Teflon coats the edge of each Super II blade. For a close, safe, civilized shave, try a Schick Super II cartridge. Because what are we, barbarians?
If all the people in the world only drank rosé wine, then all the wine they'd need would be Lancer's Rosé. But sometimes people prefer white, so we have Lancer's Vino Blanco. And at times, only a red will do. So now there's Lancer's Rubio, a full-bodied ruby red wine. Rosé, white, and Rubio. Lancer's, all the wine the world needs.
A deputy police commissioner puts his job on the line when he helps a friend cover up a murder on Columbo, tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time on NBC.
3 hours in freezing cold. That's murder. But that's what we did with these cars. Let's see if any of them can start. One can. The one with the Sears Die Hard. The Die Hard, extra power to start your car when most batteries won't. Sold only at Sears.
What's All-Star outfielder Lou Brock looking for in the Yellow Pages?
Results. That's why we advertise our business here, under Flores. 90% of our orders come by phone. To find us, people have to use the Yellow Pages. And without it, we wouldn't be doing the business we're doing. And as long as business keeps looming, we'll keep advertising in the Yellow Pages.
Advertise in the Yellow Pages, where everybody's fingers do the walking. It's a snap.
We've been working for years to bring you longer and still longer lasting power for cameras, radios, cassette players. Today, this is our best, ever-ready, all-purpose power source. It far outlasts any ordinary battery when the going gets tough. Today, the Eveready Summit, our longest-lasting power source. The Eveready Alkaline Power Cell. Come to the top.
If you're going to win the big ball games, you need teamwork. Now, our country's energy crisis is no game. But if we all work together, it will work out better for all of us. So let's keep our thermostats at 68 degrees or lower. Let's drive under 50 miles an hour and save electricity where possible. If we all help, we'll really be helping ourselves. Please, don't be foolish.
Now comes Miller time. You blew out that 100-foot candle and saved thousands of barrels of crude. And now it's time for the best-tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
If you got the time, if you got the time, we've got the beer.
Man, this is a great New York Life team. We play to win for our policy owners. Today we've got another opportunity. George here's got a wife, 2 kids, and a mother. He needs life insurance protection badly, and we've got to get it for him. We're going to block out money problems, protect him against financial disaster. Okay? Let's go! Take the worry off his shoulders. Protect his family. You've made it, George. Financial security.
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York life.
Mary Shelley's classic novel comes to life in Frankenstein, the true story. Monday night at 9, 8 Central Time on NBC.
Let me tell you, survival in this tailoring business comes from knowing who you're sewing against.
like Farah. Now, how about that? Jackets now. As if I didn't have enough trouble just competing with Farah Slacks. Boy, are they giving me fits. Of course, Farah's giving everybody else fits, too. Now, you see how those fit? Some fine piece of goods.
Farah Slacks and jackets with Encron polyester. Everything about them looks tailor-made.
Now, how are you going to beat that?
This rock will actually burn. It's oil shale, a new source of oil for our country. Amoco bid $105 million for a half interest in that oil shale on 5,000 acres of this land in western Colorado. And it could cost us up to $2 billion total investment just for the facilities to develop this lease. Oil shale, a new source of oil no foreign power can ever turn off.
Of the new personal mid-size cars, one is getting a lot of recognition.
Hey, Charger!
Yesterday's Dodge Charger got recognition for winning 75 racing titles.
Hey, Charger!
Today's Charger is a mid-size car with a style that keeps it ahead of the crowd. And it's getting recognition.
Hey, Charger!
Maybe too much recognition?
Hey, Charger!
The Congress of the United States has passed, and the President has signed legislation raising the coverage of the Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Corporation. Effective immediately, your savings are now insured up to $40,000 by this U.S. government agency. When you see this new emblem at your savings and loan, remember it still means no one has ever lost a penny in...
New tires must meet U.S. government safety standards. These tires are doing just that. Only these tires aren't exactly new. They're the same set of Sears steel-belted radials that ran the back roads of Morocco. And after Morocco, this same set of tires ran American roads. Ran a total of 72,400 miles. After all that punishment and all those miles, the tires still look remarkably good. To prove how good they really are, we're testing them against the safety standards new tires must meet. And these Sears steel-belted radials not only meet those standards, they exceed every one. That's something to think about the next time you buy a new set of tires. Radial design, 2 steel belts. The Sears steel-belted radial, only at Sears.